It's hard to believe we're already to the Thursday of the week, and wow, I'm excited about tonight's study. We're continuing our study in the book of Revelations called The Letters from Jesus, and so I hope that you are prepared for that. And something interesting about chapter number 4 of Joshua. If you want to turn there, get yourselves there. Joshua chapter number 4 kind of leans back towards our last Sunday's message where we were talking about celebrating the victories. You can only celebrate a victory if you do something spiritual for the Lord. Otherwise, there are no spiritual victories. And so in chapter number 4, he's going to say, I want you to remember this moment in a very significant way. And so God is encouraging his own people to set up memorials of his great works so that you don't forget them. You don't forget what he's done for you. And think about this. It even helps us to explain to our kids what God has done in our lives. And so we set up memorials. Now, that doesn't mean we set up idols or some sort of a place that is like some weird place in our house there where we go and we say, oh, this is where God did great things. It's just simply a reminder to us that God did something great so that we can say, hey, when our kids say, hey, what was this right here for? Oh, that I got that when God did this. And so look what they're told to do. And it came to pass, verse number 1, when all the people were clean past the Jordan, that the Lord spake unto Joshua, saying, take you 12 men out of the people, of one out of every tribe, and command ye them, saying, take ye hence out of the midst of the Jordan, out of the place where the priest's feet stood, 12 stones, and ye shall carry them over with you, and leave them in the lodging place where ye shall lodge this night. Then Joshua called the 12 men whom he had prepared of the children of Israel, out of every tribe a man. And Joshua said unto them, pass over before the ark of the Lord your God into the midst of the Jordan, and take ye up every man of you a stone upon his shoulder, according unto the number of the tribes of the children of Israel. And so we know that it wasn't a little stone, because they could have just put it in their pocket or just carried it in their hand. Just put it up on your shoulder. That was to give them an indication of how big this marker needed to be. Can't be some obscure little nothing thing off to the side that nobody ever notices, but it could be like sometimes we on vacations will get a coffee cup. It's kind of a souvenir of that vacation. And so people will say, hey, where'd you get this coffee cup? Oh, we as a family, remember when we did this? Well, that's kind of the idea, something big enough to draw attention to it, not all the time, but sometimes. And so they were to pick up a boulder of some sort, a small boulder that they could carry on their shoulder and bring it over. Look what he says, that this may be a sign among you, that when your children ask their fathers in time to come, saying, what mean ye by these stones? Ye shall answer them that the waters of the Jordan were cut off before the ark of the covenant of the Lord. When it passed over Jordan, the waters of the Jordan were cut off, and these stones shall be for a memorial unto the children of Israel forever. And so it needed to be significant enough for it to be a forever memorial, but it needed to be something that wasn't going to obstruct them in some way from actually moving forward. Just something, hey, why did we stack these stones right here again? Dad, I can't remember. Well, this is what we did. This is what God did for us when we got to this spot right here. Man, we walked across on dry land through the Jordan when he parted it for us. And so I don't know what God is doing in your lives, but I know this much. We need to make a memorial of some sort where we set something in our home and it just says, God did a great thing for us. We need to begin to do that even in our churches, where we just set a stone there and say, what's that rock there for? Well, that's when God did this. And so I want to encourage you, set up some memorials that say, God did a great thing in our lives. Remember, you don't get to set up a memorial for the Lord if you don't allow the Lord to do anything in your life. If you're too busy living your own life to actually do spiritual things, you'll never have any memorials to say, hey, kids, remember when God did that? Or dad, what was this stone for? Oh, let me tell you the story about what God did with that stone right there. And so I want to encourage you, begin to set up markers so that you can celebrate the victory, not just one time, but you can repeatedly celebrate the victory with your children and your grandchildren, because God deserves it. Have a great day.